When people think of the fall of Rome, most imagine barbarian invasions, the collapse of legions, or palace intrigues. However, an empire does not fall solely due to external threats. The real collapse comes from within, especially for economic reasons. Rome did not fall only because of wars or corruption. One of the main reasons was the collapse of its currency. And believe it, the events of that time still offer valuable lessons for today. Let's take a look at the past. For centuries, the center of the Roman economy was the denarius, a currency made of nearly pure silver. Soldiers were paid with it, merchants demanded it, and the public preserved their savings with it. The denarius was not just a coin, it was a symbol of trust in Rome. But maintaining an empire is not easy. Wars, roads, fortifications, and armies all increased costs. Raising taxes angered the people, so emperors found an easier solution, reducing the silver content in the currency. From the outside, the coins looked the same, but their value had decreased. People noticed this. Prices began to rise, soldiers demanded higher wages, and merchants refused to accept the coins. Even marketplaces reverted to a barter system. As money lost trust, the state tried to fix the problem by printing more, but this only deepened the crisis. During the so-called crisis of the 3rd century, which lasted about 50 years, Rome went through a severe upheaval. Invasions, plagues, constant changes of emperors, and behind it all stood a collapsing economy. The government increased tax pressure, and people abandoned their land to escape. Diocletian thought that fixing prices would solve the issue, but even though prices were fixed on paper, the currency continued to lose value. No one obeyed the rules, and the black market exploded. Eventually, the currency became so worthless that Rome abandoned the denarius entirely. Constantine introduced the solidus, made of purer gold, and achieved some stability. But it was too late. The economic engine of Rome had already stalled. When we look at today, the situation feels very familiar. Throughout history, every period of inflation follows a similar pattern. In Germany in the 1920s, people carried their salaries in wheelbarrows. In Zimbabwe, prices doubled in a single day. Governments always made the same mistake. We'll just print more money. No one will notice. But people always noticed, and the public paid the price. Modern economies are not very different. When the U.S. detached the dollar from gold in 1971, money became entirely dependent on trust. Since then, the dollar has gradually lost value. Today, the money looks the same, but its purchasing power is far lower. Governments may present growth indicators and claim everything is fine, but we all experience rising prices, increasing debt, and expanding money supply. Like in Rome, covering up problems brings short-term comfort but destroys long-term trust. The only difference today is that the entire world is playing the same monetary game. If something collapses, the effects will be global. Once again, those who have real assets will be protected, while salaried workers, retirees, and savers will suffer the most. For this reason, Rome's story gives us 3 important lessons. Inflation is not a mistake, it is a policy, a silent and invisible tax. Real wealth is not in paper, but in sustainable value, agriculture, skills, production, resources. No system remains stable forever. Just like the Romans, we too feel secure until the moment we are not. History may not repeat itself, but if we fail to learn from it, it teaches us the same lesson again. What contributed to